Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had a refreshing break and are feeling recharged for the rest of the day. It's wonderful to see you again as we continue this journey together. So let's get ready to make the most of the afternoon, bringing the same enthusiasm, focus, and curiosity that we began the day with. So today we have Dr. Professor Pradeep Dattagupta, the teacher in charge, Sister Nivedita University, and our esteemed guest, Professor Dr. Gautam Bandhopadhyay, Department of Management Studies, NIT Durgapur, and he will guide us about the data analysis using SPSS. I would request Professor Gautam Bandhopadhyay to please come up on the stage, and Professor Pradeep Dattagupta, the teacher in charge, Sister Nivedita University, to please felicitate our esteemed guest. Sir, please. Professor Gautam Bandhopadhyay is the professor of NIT Durgapur, Department of Management Studies. He has done his PhD from Jadavpur University, Fellow of Costing Institute, graduation in Operating Research, Computer Application from Jadavpur, and MSc in Maths in Jadavpur. 18 students have completed their PhD degree under him, and 2 are already undergoing their training. His area of research includes portfolio optimization using different softwares like SPSS, Jamovi, RStudio, and Python. So please come and guide us.
Good afternoon. So really, it's my pleasure that I got the opportunity to interact with you using SPSS. Okay. So I'll try my level best to give some concept about SPSS. So before starting, I'd like to say that SPSS is a software. It started from 1970, and initially when SPSS started, at that time version was 1. But in 2024, this is the digital age, you know. This is the machine learning age, deep learning age, data analytics age. The version 29 installed. And with the help of SPSS, we can solve different types of problem like sociological problem, social science problem, management problem, econometrics problem, engineering problem. There are so many modules in SPSS. So today I will start starting from the beginning of the SPSS. So before start, bhai, oh bhai. Hello. Huh? So today I'll start with since we are the student of, basically I am the student of mathematics and statistics. So sometimes I will tell about, maximum time I will tell about statistics. So you know why statistics? Because it relates with the data. And data means any kind of data. Any kind of, that data may come from sociology, that data may come from any management discipline, okay? So, these are the 4 letters. Is it visible to all of you? Hello? Can we change the marker? Is it visible? Better. So now these 5 letters basically used for any kind of research. These are the 5 letters. So mainly today, within this time, I will explain only the first letter D. First letter D. So what is the D? Basically D means descriptive. D means descriptive. So what is the meaning of second D? Second is the diagnostics. Second D is the diagnostics. And what is the P? P is the predictive. And fourth P is the prescriptive. And then finally, plus C is the very important for qualitative research. That is called cognitive analysis. Cognitive analysis. So there are total 5 types of analysis. Again repeat. Descriptive. Today I will discuss only descriptive part. Then diagnostics. Then predictive. Then prescriptive. And finally cognitive analysis. So first, what is descriptive? Descriptive, basically, this is under descriptive, the 2 things will come. I collect the data. I'm telling you, I collect the data. So what is data? Data I can collect from primary source. I can collect the data from secondary source. I can collect the data from experimentation. So mainly, we are the sociologist, you are the sociology student. So mainly you are collecting from the observations. So what is observations? You can collect the data from primary. Primary means maybe qualitative, maybe quantitative. And when it is qualitative data, so for qualitative data you go to some focus group. You collect some text data. And that's why text mining is very important. And similarly, you can go for direct interview for the collection of data. I don't know your process. So I'll tell what the process of primary data. And you can collect the secondary data. What is secondary data? Where the source is already predefined. You can collect the data from some Google, some website, already some, predefined some journals, some books, you can collect the data. But after the collecting data, what you will do? That is the main objective. Because you are the domain expert. And since you are the domain expert, you know which type of data you have to collect. That you know. And after collecting the data, on the basis of your objective of your research, you start your methodology. And mainly, methodology based on statistics. Mainly based on statistics. Question is, why statistics? Because you are collecting the data from some population. Because you don't know the population. So you are collecting some sample. And when I am collecting some sample from a big population, so I have to, what's the objective? I have to, by any means, I have to estimate the population. So you can ask me, sir, what do we estimate? So we are estimating basically the characteristics of the population. Then you can say, sir, what is the characteristics? Since we have to deal with the numbers, say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on, so on. So definitely, what is the characteristic? Characteristic basically called average. So what is average? Because average is the aggregate measures.
So I'm telling a very interesting problem. Say I collect the data 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. I collected the data. Just to check, when I've written the data, I retain the data in the increasing order of the magnitude. So what is the increasing order of the magnitude? The minimum 20, maximum 60, and 30 is greater than 20, 40 is greater than 30, and 50 is increasing order of magnitude. So this is the first rule. When you arrange the data, you arrange the data in the increasing order. Question is why? Because when you collect the data, the first step is the visualization. You have to visualize. Visualization means I have to plot in the graph paper. I plot in the graph paper. And when you plot in the graph paper, so there is x-axis and y-axis. That you know, we studied from the class 9-10 level. And when you plot in the graph paper x-axis and y-axis, the data arranged in the increasing order. X-axis increasing, y-axis also increasing. So this is the step one, the data arranged in the increasing. Is it clear or not? Second step is very interesting. When you collect the data, this 20 is the minimum value. Is it okay? And 60 is the maximum value. So from any data, easily we can know, we can calculate which is the minimum observation and which is the maximum observation when you deal with the quantitative data. Okay. So, and if we check the 40 is the mean. What is the mean? Divide, sum and divide by 5. That you know. Very fine. So when the problem starts, I change the data set 20, 35, 40, 45 and 60. I change the data set. So what is the changing? The minimum and maximum are same. Just to check. No change in minimum and maximum. And mean also same. So this is the real problem. I have taken some data for which the minimum value, maximum value are same. And average is same. Also the median also same. Median is the middlemost term. Is the same. Then automatically the question will be coming, which data will take? Because mainly comparison is very important. Okay. So which data will take? Anyone can say which data will take? First one or second one? I taken the two set of data. Clear? First is the 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. And what is the second data? 20, 35, 40, 45 and 60. And for both the data set, minimum, maximum are same. And for both the data set, mean, median are same. So automatically question will be in mind, which data will take, which set is the consistent. Anyone? First set. Huh? Your answer is first set. But the correct answer is second set. Correct answer is second set. Question is why? Because in the first set, this is mean, and what is the distance, the neighboring observation? 30, 10, here it is a minus 10, here it is plus 10. In the second set, what is the difference? Minus 5 and plus 5. So obviously, the deviation from mean is less in case of second set. Deviation of mean is less than, and that's why I am telling you, then you can tell me, sir, you have taken only 5 observation, then easily you can solve it. But instead of 5, if there are 5,000 observation, is it possible to manual checking? Answer is no. Answer is no. Then I have to know some statistical measure which is called standard deviation. Is it clear or not? So first is the mean, second is the standard deviation. So, So I'm telling, since you are from sociology department, when you collect data, any data, I'm telling about, now you can tell me, yes sir, can you tell me, I am collecting gender. Is it a data? Is it a data, male, female? I am collecting some designation. Is it a data? And I am collecting some income. Is it a data? I am collecting the age of the students. Is it a data? So then your question is, sir, can you tell me what the difference between these two types of data? So there are two types of data throughout the research you will collect. One is called, I'm not coming in the text data. Text data is a data. And coming the categorical data. Another is the non-categorical data. So what are types of data? Categorical and non-categorical. Is it clear or not? So gender, definitely categorical data. Why categorical? Gender, we can say male and female. So we can divide into category, male and female. So designation in any university, say professor, associate, these are also categorical data. So some category are ordered categorical and some category are unordered categorical. So categorical data divided into two parts. One is the ordered, another is the unordered. What is ordered? Anyone? What is ordered categorical? Say I am giving a simple example. Have you collected questionnaire? Questionnaire? Say 5 scale, 7 scale. Huh? So you collected questionnaire. And when you collect a questionnaire, there are some statement. And for each statement, there are 5 scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I wrong or right? So what is 1? 1 is the very poor. Suppose 2 is the poor, 3 is the average, 4 is the good, and 5 is the very good. So this is the data. So this type of data is called ordered categorical. Why? Because poor is more than very poor. Average is more than poor. Good is more than average. And very good is more than good. Clear? So this is called ordered categorical. But gender, male, female, it is called unordered categorical. We cannot say male is more than female, or we cannot say female is more than male. So these are called unordered categorical. Is it clear or not? What is categorical? Next part is that scale data. So 3 letters you try to remember. One is for the research, DOS. These 3 letters you try to remember, DOS. That is the DOS. So what is D? D for descriptive. D for description. O for ordering. S for scale. So these DO, these are called categorical data. And S is called scale data, or you can say non-categorical data. So today, so I'll give the overview of SPSS, because in SPSS I need this concept, that is the categorical data and scale data. So this is the full form of SPSS. That is, SPSS is called Statistical Package for Social Science. Clear? This is the full form of SPSS. I'll give my PPT, no need to write. So this is the SPSS is the full form of Statistical Package for Social Science. This is very interesting. It supports different operating system. That means you can, now you are running SPSS in the Windows. Windows is the operating system. But I can run SPSS in the Linux operating system. I can run SPSS in the Macintosh operating system. So that means we can, that is supports different types of operating system. This is a very important. And this is very, very important feature in SPSS, that is import as well as export. I'm telling what is the meaning. Suppose maximum we are expert in Excel. We know Excel. and we collect our data in Excel sheet. Clear? Excel sheet. But I need some statistical analysis. So then we have to import the data from Excel to SPSS. Is it okay? So that's why import facility. Import. And what is export? So when you run SPSS, today I'll show you, then easily I can get some analysis. And we get analysis means we get some answer. We get some result. And that result I need in Word file. I like to copy from SPSS directly to Word. Export. I can export my output directly to Excel. Is it clear? So that's why this feature is very important, and that is valid for all software. You are using Python, you are using RStudio, you are Geomovie, this import and as well as export facility. Clear? Next part is very, very important. So I request to of everyone, this is the ultimate of any software. When you use Python, you have to know this. When you use the other software, you have to know this. In any kind of thing, you know, the 5 is very important number. 5. In any software, 5 is a very important number, and 5 is a prime number. So there are 5 parts for any kind of research. What are the 5 parts? You are the sociology students. So from your domain, you collect the data. From your domain. And when you collect your data, so data means it consisting of some variable. Data consisting of some variable. So first, you have to know that is what is your variable view for your data. Is it okay or not? Variable view. So when the variable view will be cleared, so today I will explain the first variable view, then automatically your data view will be cleared. And it is a sequential process. So first you have to clear the variable view, then you have to clear the data view, and then you go for output view. That is my analysis. Which type of analysis? These are called the statistical analysis. And definitely if there are so many statistical analysis, obviously I go for statistical analysis according to my objective of the research. Because so many statistics. So then that is the 3-part output view. So today mainly we will explain variable view, data view and output view. And finally 2 parts are remaining, that is the draft view and syntax view. So what is the draft view? Now I like to take some printout directly from SPSS. Is it clear? Not the export. Directly from SPSS, I like to take the printout. So that will be coming in the draft view. Okay. Now today morning, you learn Python. So now if in a single word, I like to say what is Python. Python basically a language. And Python basically a backend language. And we are using SPSS, it is the front-end language. So front-end, back-end of SPSS is the Python. And that's why SPSS is so powerful. And the final is the syntax view. That means you can write programming in SPSS also. Is it clear? You can write program also in SPSS. That is called the Python code. But for our research, we need only the first 3, variable view, data view and output view. So to understand, I will tell a story. Because I am telling you it's my perception at this age. When I start my research, any research problem, I like to discuss is a storytelling matter. Any research problem. And if we discuss the storytelling matter, and that form story, easily the variables will be coming. So that's why I like to say some story. The story is very simple. Since I am the teacher, I am the student, every day we are taking the classes. So there is a class. And thus this class, I am telling the story, this class consisting of, say simply 15 students. Clear? 15 students. So what is the meaning of 15 students? That is my sample size is 15. One by one you understand. And you know, every class, every student having some roll number. Clear? Having some roll number. And roll number basically used for their identification. That is the individual identification. And every student has to give the examinations in the different subjects. Clear? And for understanding, I have taken only 3 subjects. Maybe any kind of subject, you can take your subjects, I can take my subjects. I can take mathematics is one subject, statistics is one subject, and may operation research or economics is one subject. So I have taken 3 subjects. And every subject, full marks is 100. Clear? So, and the class is composed of male and female students. So that means we have to consider gender. So this is my very, very small story. So what is the story? A class, and class consisting of some students, and students having some roll numbers for their identifications. And there are total number of students is 15. And they have given the examination in 3 subjects, mainly mathematics, statistics, and economics. And every subject having the full marks is 100, clear, and class is gender. Is it, story is clear or not? Hello? So when the story is clear, so then on the basis of the story, I will explain what is the variable view. Because already story is clear. And from the story we understand that there are only 5 variables. So what are the 5 variables? First variable is roll number. Second variable is subject 1, because any subject. Third variable is subject 2. Fourth variable is subject 3. And fifth variable is gender. So this is my story. So with this story, I will show you SPSS. Start. So, this is the data set. So just you think, roll number, hello, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, gender, and there is some values are given, average new, okay. So what we will do that, first we go to variable view. This is my variable view, and we started SPSS. We want to open a new file starting from begin. So this is my new file, blank sheet. I don't know anything. I know my story only, research story. Is it okay? And from the research story, I know how many variables for my research. That I know. And out of these variables, another thing I know, which is the categorical variable, which is the non-categorical variable. That we know. So when you start any software, so first you write your story. And after you writing your story, you write how many variables involved for your research. And after that, what are the type of the variable? Categorical? No, non-categorical. First you define this. Is it okay? Then open the SPSS. And this is my new file. So this is the variable view, because first part is the variable view. So what is the first column? Name column. First column is the name column. What is the meaning? Now under name column, all variables will be coming. Clear? Suppose for any research, you have 150 variables. 150 variables, 100 variables. So all 100 variables in the short format will be coming under name column. Is it clear? But today, since we are the beginners, I started the problem with only 5 variables. So what is the variable? My first variable is roll number. This is my first variable. Clear? Is it clear or not? Roll number is my first variable. And when roll number is the first variable, what is my second variable? Subject 1. What is my third variable? Subject 2. What is my fourth variable? Subject 3. And what is my last variable for this problem? Gender. Clear? And it's my request, don't give any space between roll and number. It is incorrect. You can use the underscore. Okay. First of all, it is clear. 5 variables. So this is my first column. And second column, what is the type? Type means, is it numeric? Is it character? It is text. We can define. And we have taken roll number 15, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And most of the university, we are using the integer roll number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some university, they are using sociology, ER roll number. So that is the mixture of, character as well as numeric. Okay. So this is very, very important, type. So just check my mouse movement. There is a simple button, you select this. And when you select this, these are all types will be coming in SPSS. I am telling some type is numeric, some type is comma, some type is dot, scientific notation, and so on and so on. But mainly for our social science research, we need only numeric, we need only string, mainly need only string, and someone, those who are using time series, they are using date. So you have to understand what is the meaning of numeric and what is the numeric meaning of string. Okay. And mainly string is the text data. Text data. And numeric is the numeric values. So we have considered roll number as numeric. Sorry, just a minute. Roll number as a numeric. Is it clear to all of you? Roll number numeric? Definitely subject 1 always numeric because it is the marks. You are getting the marks out of 100 numeric. You are getting the marks subject 2 also numeric. Subject 3 also numeric. Now what about gender? Which is a very interesting. Because we know gender is the categorical value. Gender is the categorical value. And gender takes male and female. So initially we started with the text data. Character. But for the analysis, we have to codify. We have to codify that male equal to 1 or female 2. And since we go for the codification, that is we like to change from qualitative data to quantitative data. So initially when you take male female, it is to some extent qualitative data. But for our analysis, we think we have to codify. I have to give male equal to 1 and female equal to 2. When you fill some questionnaire, and that is basically 5 scale, 7 scale, 9 scale, maximum 9 scale data. And when there is the 5 scale, initially it is the text data. Very good, good. So definitely you can, if I say, can you differentiate between very good and good numerically? Impossible. Impossible. That's why it is called qualitative data. So only for understanding, to give the codification some numeric value, okay, if it is very good, you give some higher value. If it is good, you give some less value. That's why it is called the ranking data. And that's why they are called ordinal data. Okay. And this is also categorical data. So now, for subject 1, subject gender, we put the numeric. Clear? Why I have put the numeric? That is, we have to codify male equal to 1 and female equal to 2. That part I will show you. So this is the first column of SPSS. That is how many variables you consider for your research. Second is what is the data type. And mainly we consider maximum case numeric. Third is the width and decimal. This is very, very important. So we know since there are 15 students, so that is the two-digit number, 15, 15. And that is in terms of computer, it is called 2 bits. 2 bits. Bits is the smallest unit of computer. And that's why better we can take, instead of 8, we dash 2. Directly you can change, or otherwise you can use the menu. And why decimal 0? Because we are taking integer roll number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now coming to the part subject 1. Subject 1, what is the decimal places? Anyone? 0. Question is why? Because no fraction marking. We are giving 80 out of 100. If it is 79.5, we convert into 80. And with this, maximum marks is 100. So obviously, there is a possibility of any student get 100 out of 100. There is a possibility. So obviously, we change 8 to 3. We can change 8 to 3. Similarly, for the subject 2 also same, it is 0. And this 8 also 3. Directly you can type, you can put 0, and it is directly you can put 3. Is it clear to all of you? Huh? Why it is 30? Because no fraction marking and maximum marks is 3 digit, 100 out of 100. That's why I put 3. Now what about gender? Anyone can say, what about gender? Because gender is the male female, and we can codify male equal to 1 and female equal to 2. Then what is the decimal places? Huh? Anyone? Decimal places is 0. And with this 1. Because 1 to 1 bits. Is it clear or not? So, again repeat, the first column in SPSS is the name column. Name column contains the variable for your research. Second column is the type of the variables. Third column is the width of the variable. And fourth is the decimal places. Okay. The fifth column is very, very important for any kind of research. That is called the label column. And you can write that label column basically used for the documentation of the name column. Can I repeat again? Label column, very important. Label column used for the documentation of the name column. So what is the meaning of documentation? Suppose I have given the first variable is roll number. So roll number is the generic name, roll number. So here I am taking the class in Sister Nivedita University. So definitely I have to give the roll number of Sister Nivedita University student. And this, say, suppose I am taking the class of first year. So then I have to mention this is the first year student of year 2024. That is called documentation. I am taking the class of second year of the year 2024. Is it clear? So roll number of which year, which batch. That is called documentation. Basically, level column, that is the fifth column in SPSS, mainly used for documentation of the name column. It is clear? Suppose there is subject 1, and subject 1 I can write mathematics, maths. I can put any subject. Similarly, subject 2, I can put statistics. Subject 3, I can put, say, economics. Economics, I can put. You can put sociology, anything you can put. So these are called documentation. So that means fifth column used for documentation of the name column. And finally, the sixth column is very, very important for any research. So what is the name of the sixth column? That is called the value, values. And mainly this column used for categorical variable. Again repeat, this column mainly used for categorical variable. And these categorical variable may be ordered, may be unordered. So when you, already I told you, when you collect the data, you know from your data set how many categorical variable. Is it clear or not? You know it. Because for this data, roll number is not the categorical. Subject 1 is not the categorical. Subject 2, subject 3 are not categorical, but gender is the categorical. So definitely, since gender is the categorical, so we need the values for gender. Because it is a categorical variable. I have to put 1 for male. So I need some space where we can write. Otherwise, software, how understand? Because any kind of software is a GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If I put garbage, the garbage will come. So, now I am coming to the values level. Just select this button, this will come. And you check this, this is called value and this is called level. Value means magnitude, level means character. Again repeat, value means magnitude, level means character. So first we put, say, value equal to 1. There is the numeric value. And then we can write level. Level, I can write level male. Clear? And then add. Repeat, next, definitely. So go to values. So we are using values for gender. And we know the gender is a categorical variable. What are the category? Male and female. I have taken 2 category. And put value equal to 1. I can put 2 also, no problem. 1. And in the label, we write male. Is it clear? And then we add. That means we understand 1 equal to male. Is it clear or not? And similarly, you put value equal to 2 and label you put female and add. Okay? And then click OK. We get this. That means 1 equal to male, 2 equal to female. Suppose you some questionnaire, you put 1, 5 equal to very good, here you put. And this is your question 1. Suppose this is the question 1 and this is the documentation of the question 1. Question 2, documentation of the question 2. Okay. So documentation part you write in the level column, always. Is it clear? Now, when my variable view part is clear, then I come to data view. Data view means I need some data. I need the roll number, I need the subject marks, I need the subject 2 marks. Is it clear? I need the data. Subject 3 marks, I need the gender. First of all, tell me it is clear or not. About the variable view, yes or no? Huh? Okay. So I am repeating variable view again. First, we have to know how many variables attached for my research. So this is my variable. Okay. And this is the type. Here the roll number is the numeric. Subject 1 is the numeric. Subject 2 is numeric. Subject 3 is numeric. Gender is numeric. Then we take the width and decimal for each variable. Already I told you that roll number is the integer, so that's why decimal is 0. Subject 1 is integer, no fraction, decimal is 0, because it is the marks. Subject 2 also marks, subject 3 also marks, and definitely gender, only we put male equal to 1 and female equal to 2. So no question of decimal. Clear? And this is the most important, that is the values level. And basically label column used for documentation of the name column. Because name column always in the short form. You write question 1, question 2, question 3, and you give the description under label column. Full description will be coming into label column. And now the values mainly used for the categorical variable. And from this story, we know the gender is my only categorical variable for this data. So that's why categorical variable means gender means male, female. So there will be some place where I have to write that male equal to 1 and female equal to 2. So I select this button. Select this button. And if you want to remove this, so if you want to remove this, so better you go for change. That is you remove this first. To understand again, that is remove. Remove this. You start from begin. Clear? Then you go for value. This is very, very important. Value equal to 1. And here you write male. Male. After writing, you write add. Clear? Then you put value equal to 2. Then you label, you write female. And add. Click OK. Is it clear to all of you? Hello? Sure? So, when it is complete, then I need the data. Not XY, not XY. এখানে জেন্ডারের ক্যাটাগরি আছে দুটো মেল অ্যান্ড ফিমেল জেন্ডার so I have to quantify male as 1 and female as 2 so definitely that for the quantification I go for this a value equal to 1 for male and 2 for female. Clear? So I go to this data set. This is the data set. So this is my data set. Clear? Variable view. And just to check, this data is already stored. This is my data view. This file already I have given to you, some students. So there are total 15 students. And those who are working in SPSS directly with me, so it's my request they can write it, copy it. Immediately it takes 2 minutes time. So just you think, these are the 5 variables. Under roll number, how many students? You check? 15. But for your case, maybe there are 100 respondents. 100 will be coming. You have to, your sample size is say 100, then 100. And this is your, suppose question 1, and you have taken 5 scale. 5 scales, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then for the sum response, this is the respondent 1. Respondent 1 has given, got the roll number 1, got the number 34 in subject 1. Roll number 1 got the 45 in subject 2. These are the numbers. Clear? Suppose I'm telling you from your class, you just, how many subjects you have, you can write. And what is your roll number? And then you put your marks. Is it clear? And if your class composed of male and female, you can write that 1 equal to male, 2 equal to female. Clear or not? So this is my data view. Data view. Say, so what is the meaning of average? Average is, say I have the 5 number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are the 5 numbers. And average is simply divide by 5. Is it okay or not? So what is average? Now sum of all numbers divided by that number. That is average. So since you are the sociology student, for quantitative research, you have to know what is mean, what is the meaning of standard deviation, that's all. Mean and standard deviation, what is median, what is Q1 and what is Q3. So these 5 are very important for your research. And I'm telling you, when you start your research, this research is divided into 3 parts. One is the univariate research, that is a single variable. Another is called bivariate research, 2 variable. Another is the multivariate research, more than 2 variable. So research divided into 3 parts, univariate, bivariate and multivariate. And it is a very interesting, it is a sequential. What is sequential? First we start with univariate, then you go to bivariate, then you go to multivariate. Okay. So when you get the data, suppose I get the data for my research, can you tell me what is the next step? I get the data and I put the data in software. Then what is my next step? So I'm telling you, you can ask me, sir, can you say what is research? You can ask me. what is research? Then I will tell you, okay, research basically two parts. One is the quantitative research, qualitative research. I am coming. Then I can say for your research, you have to select some topic which is not previously done by anybody. That is a unique topic you have taken. Okay. And when you take a topic, that is basically a title of the research. And from the title of the research, any title of the research consisting of some very, very important keyword. And if we explain the important keyword in a short form, that is called abstract of the research. That is basically abstract of the research for any subject. And after abstract of the subject research, you write simply the how many keywords you applied. So that is called keyword in your research. And from your subject, you give the detailed introduction of the topic, title. And that introduction for you have taken searching some literatures. And nowadays, I am telling you, this is the 2024. Nowadays, literature review concept has little bit changed. Little bit changed. Nowadays, it is coming systematic literature review. That's the concept of metadata has come. Okay? And naturally, metadata problem easily you can solve by R, Jamovi, and also Python. And after this SLR, you put your objective. This is the most important. Put your objective. And mainly try to cover maximum 2 or 3 objectives. If you have the more than 5 or 6 objectives, it is difficult for your research. So when you cover 2 or 3 objectives, so on the basis of objective, you study what is your hypothesis. What is your hypothesis of your research? This is very important. And after setting the hypothesis, then you know, okay, now my objective is clear, and on the basis of objective, I have to understand what type of data I will collect, primary or secondary. Because my objective is cleared. Is it okay? Then you go for data collection. And after data collection, since you are going for mainly qualitative research, the main thing is the pilot survey. You concentrate on very much on pilot survey. Okay. And after pilot survey, you get the data, and then you select the methodology. So now, suppose this is the data. I am coming to my part. This is the data. So my first objective is from this data set, from this simple data, but I set objective. So what is the objective? That find the average marks for each student. So this is my first objective. This, thank you. This is my first objective. My first objective. What is the objective? Find the average marks for the student. Is it clear? What is the first objective? So what is the meaning? Student 1, try to understand. Student 1 got the marks in subject 1, got the marks in subject 2, got the marks in subject 3. I want to know the average. So what is average? This 34 plus 45 plus 70 divided by 3. Is it clear? So this concept I will solve using SPSS. So naturally you have to know that how I solve this. It is so simple, you will be I am solving. Okay. So I am solving the first objective. You can write the syntax, the line by line. First you select transform. You write first transform. So this is called transform menu, and these are all sub-menu. So today naturally not possible to discuss all sub-menu in a 2 hours class. Okay. So this is the transform. What do we want to know? We want to know what are the average marks. What is we want to know? Average marks. So just simply next you click select, next select compute variable. So what is the first step? Transform. What is the second step? Compute. Clear or not? Just you think, when I select compute, this type of menu will arrive. This type of menu will arrive. And these are called different panel. These are called panel of the menu. Panel, P-A-N-E-L, panel. And this is called inbuilt calculator in SPSS. This is the inbuilt calculator in SPSS. And there are, in any software, there are some conditional loop. There are some, for loop, if then else. So this is the box for conditional statements. What is the conditional statement? If you get more than 75% marks, so your degree is honors. That is called conditional statement. Is it clear or not? So that is a conditional statement. If your age is greater than this and income is greater than this, then you are treated like this. Nested if condition. So not that part I am not discussing now. So this is target variable. These are my 5 variables. And this is my numeric expression. Okay. So I am just to write how I am solving this problem. First, you type simply average. You write average. Easily you can write average. You can type average. Is it okay? And after writing average, you come to the numeric expression. You just follow my mouse movement. And in the numeric expression, first you give the first bracket open. You write the open first bracket. Sorry, it is 9. Open first bracket. Clear? And we select subject 1. This is mathematics is the subject 1. Try to understand. This is the switch. This is the switch. This used for the movement left to right. Left to right. And again, this is the switch used for right to left. The same switch we are using from left to right or right to left. That's why it is called toggle switch. Both way. Okay. So what we'll do that? We select subject 1 and for the movement we select this. Just to check, subject 1 will come. It is clear. Then we use plus sign. Then again subject 2, again move, then plus, again subject 3, movement, bracket close, and divided by 3 because there are 3 subjects. So just to think, this is my numeric expression, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 divided by, basically, this is the Python. I am writing the Python code. So what is Python code? It is nothing but English language. That's why Python is so simple. Simply English code. Subject 1 plus subject 2 plus subject 3 divided by 3. And after writing this, we click OK. We get this clear? So this is, can I repeat again? Hello, tell me. Huh? Font size for this board. Acha, if you don't mind, in font there are some seats are vacant. Please come, please. It's my request to all of you. Hello? Because after this, so many things I will show you. Please come. Because you come in the font. Hello? Huh? You are doing SPSS. You are doing SPSS with me. So how we get this file? At least for learning session, you come to the first. Because that is more important. You write the steps. And I hope easily you can solve. Please. Huh? No, Sam is given. You can write Sam also. Huh? Please come. Huh? Okay, skin is projected in the backside. So what's the problem of the font? Sir, please, if you sit font. Those who are not, hello, please come. Okay. I'm repeating again. So go to transform, then compute variable. You reset. Reset means you start from the begin. Reset means you start from the begin. You put target variable is the AVG, that is called average. Then first bracket plus subject to plus subject 3 bracket close divided by 3 and click OK. So now we go to the so this is my average. Okay. Again. Huh? Okay. First you go to the go to the transform, compute, then reset. Reset means start from the begin. Okay. Then you write under target variable. What is my target variable? Average. Okay. Then numerical expression. Select subject 1, move. Okay. Then sign plus subject 2, move. Then subject 3, move. bracket close, divided by 3, click OK. Okay. So now I'm telling you this sign is very interesting. Just you check my check my mouse movement. Here it is written as A and here it is written as 1. What is the meaning? That is changing the value to level, level to value. So here for the gender is the categorical variable. We know gender is the categorical variable, and under gender only values are given. So if we select this, clear? Clear? So that's why it is called toggle switch. That is value to level, level to value. Value to level, level to value. Very interesting. And not only that, only the one variable is changing. That means from any data set we understand there is only one categorical variable. Only one categorical variable. That's why this button is very, very important. So, my second objective. Second objective is objective 2. You write find the frequency distribution. Find the frequency distribution. I am telling you why it is important. Because suppose you collect the data, huge data set, okay. And when you collect the data set, basically that is called raw data. This is called raw data. But statistics gives the aggregate. So I need the group data. Suppose in case of class for this year, for NEET PG, NEET UG medical exam, the total number of students 24 lakhs. In CBSE exam, total 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs. A huge data set. So what we do that, we need to convert into the group data. I'm telling say how many student got the marks in between 30 to 40. How many students got the marks in between 30 to 40? So that is called the group data. How many students got the marks between say 41 to 50? In this way, we can get some frequency distribution. Okay, which is very, very important for any kind of research. And why it is, suppose I am telling you, here, when you get the data, so there is there is called 5-point summary. 5-point summary. So what is 5-point summary? First of all, you have to find which is the minimum point. Which is the 25th position? That is the first quartile. Which is the 50% position? That is the median. Which is the 75% position? That is Q3. And which is the maximum. So these are called 5-point summary. So what are the 5-point summary? Again repeat, minimum, maximum, Q1, Q2, Q3. Is it okay? So, we go to solve this, we go to transform. I'll give this concept slowly because really it is so important. You will understand when you start research. So important. So first step is you go to visual binning. You just write the steps. Visual binning. Visual binning. Binning means binding. I like to bind the data set. So this is the first step. So when you write visual binding, so under visual binding, this will come in. And mainly try to understand visual binding applying for the scale data, not for categorical data. We can bind only for the scale data. Okay. Scale data. So that is, we can bind mathematics, we can bind statistics, we can bind other subjects also. So we start with one subject like mathematics, say select mathematics and move into right panel. So in the SPSS advantages, these are called all master file, all master variable. And these are called your transaction variable, which you want to calculate. So that is the left hand side and to right hand side. And always in any kind of analysis, you always try to move from left hand side to right hand. Okay. So I move mathematics from left to right. So when you move left to right, then continue. This will come. Again another menu will come. Tell me. আচ্ছা আবার শুরু করছি। ফার্স্ট হচ্ছে ট্রান্সফর্ম, ভিজুয়াল বিনিং, ক্লিয়ার ক্লিয়ার ক্লিয়ার। Now it is okay. Just to check, mathematics my label name. Subject one is my short name. Already I told you. Then this is my subject one, label is mathematics. What you want to know? We want to find mathematics as a binding, not as a raw data. Because when you collect the data from our research, mainly we are collecting the raw data. And then we have to bind it, we have to group it. Okay. Question is why we will go for grouping? Because we need the aggregate result. We believe in aggregate. Someone is first in the class, don't bother about this. I need to know what is the average of the total class. Okay. So then we have to put some name of the bin variable here. I will write, I will show you. Then I will type that is, you can write new, new variable. First of all, you tell me up to this clear, then I will go to the next step. First we select mathematics, and then I put some bin variable name as new. And you know that is a graphical representation of the data. And that is, data means it is a continuous data. And in the term of graph is called histogram, that part I am not going. It is a graph is called histogram. It is very important. So, there are 2 points. One is include, another is exclude. So, in statistics, there are 2 points. One is called class interval, another is called class boundary. Again repeat, class interval, another is called class boundary. What is class interval? Class interval is a discrete. Class boundary is a continuous. I am giving example, then you can understand. Say, if I take 10 to 19 and 20 to 29. So this is called class interval. (10 to 19 and 20 to 29, this is called class interval. But if I take 10 to 20 and 20 to 30, this is called class boundary. So no gap. So this is very important. One is the class interval, another is called class boundary. And most of the cases, in case of mean, we calculate class interval. In case of mean, we can calculate class interval. And this class interval is called excluded case. There is a gap. And class boundary is called included case. So there are two things. So then what I'll do, yeah, class boundary is included. Class boundary is included and class interval is the excluded. So then what I'll do that, we select excluded case. Excluded case. So after selecting, you write after selecting excluded case, after selecting excluded case, we select make cut points. Make cut points. Hello. Suppose, say this is my data. And this is the raw data. No class is there. But from this data, we know one thing. What is my minimum value? Minimum value is 32. That we know. And what we know another thing? Maximum value is 90. So we know from any data set, if it is quantitative data, scale data, we know the minimum value as well as the maximum value. And when we know minimum and maximum, easily we can find the difference. Difference between max minus mean, that is called range of the data set. That is called range of the data set. What is range? The max minus mean. Is it clear or not? But the problem is, how many classes, that is the number of classes into width of the class that is the formula, that is the range. It's a complicated formula. Why it is complicated, I am coming. There is a basic thing, how many classes? Total data divided. What is the width of the class? There is the gap of the class. And what is the range? But when a data set is given, easily we can calculate range. Because range is known, because range equal to max minus mean. But problem is, this number of classes is not known. And also width of the class is not known. And by any mathematics we could not solve. By any mathematics we could not solve. There are two unknown and only a single thing is known. So we have to take the help of my domain knowledge. Domain is important. And also the trial and error method. That is the only thing is left. So question is why? Just you think, here first part is the first cut point location. Second is number of cut points. Third is width. Three things are given. So I know the first cut point location, which is the minimum of the data set. this is the minimum value of the data set is 32. That is the minimum of the data set. So what we can do that? We can put 32 in first cut point location, because it is the minimum value of the data set. But I don't know number of cut points. I don't know width. Am I wrong or right? I don't know this. So what I can do, I can take the help of trial and error method, because I am the domain expert. I know my domain. So definitely, since I know my domain, I know what is the gap of the data. At least from my domain I can calculate. Okay. So that one thing I can do, that from domain I can put width as say 10. We say I am taken width as 10. And when I have taken width as 10, then automatically number of cut points will be coming. I am giving a very interesting theoretical part, very, very important. When your sample size is large, that is 400, 500, 600, 700, then you take the width as small. Width small. It's large. Large means 400, 500, 600, say 1000, 2000. 1 lakh. Then as the sample size increases, your width decreases. Is it clear or not? It is the inverse. And when your sample size is very less, then we increase the width. Question is why? It's simple. When your sample size is less, and if we take width this very less, then for the sum classes, you get the frequency 0. So that is not my objective. Is it clear? For this problem, my sample size is only 15. That's why I increase the width 10. Is it okay or not? It is trial and error method. Again, I am repeating on the basis of domain knowledge, because you know what is your sample size. That you know. And you know you are the domain expert. And you know at least what is the gap of your data. That you know. Those who are the subject expert, easily you can calculate. And then on the basis of this, you apply the trial and error. Suppose applying some first trial and error results is not coming, change the data. And always think of it, try to take the width, because width may be fraction, but number of classes can never be fraction. So this is the advantage of the software, because if we supply width, then automatically the number of classes will be integer. It is advantage. Okay. So now, automatically here the number of cut points I am coming 6. Then I am coming. I'm telling a very interesting story. So when we are in the class 7, 8, all 7, 8, so then our teachers told, I draw the graph. Your x-axis starting first value is 30. First value is x-axis. Then what are you doing? Teacher saying, hey, 0 to 30, ... Why? Because less than 30, no point. But it's a class. It's a class. So when the number of cut points is coming 6, so that means the number of classes are 7. Cut points, but the classes are 7. That part I will show you. So now, after applying, go to make labels. Just to think, make labels. Less than 32 is a class. Less than 32 is a class. Then 32 to 41 is a second class, because with this 10. 42 to 51 is the third class. 52 to 61 is the fourth class, and so on. And we apply. We apply this. And then when we apply, and if my operation is correct in SPSS, so then this menu will be coming. What is this menu? Now, Binning specification will create one variable. That means my operation is correct. Okay. So, click OK. Now you check, what is my first value? Mathematics? Tell me. 34. 34 in which class? Clear? 32 lies in. What is the next value? 56 in which class? Clear? Now, we like to change which class. Again repeat. Chuti. Validity. Sorry. 4:30 I will take the maximum 10 minutes time. Is it okay? So initially 34 is the observation. It falls in which class? 32, 41. Is it okay or not? But I want to know 32, 41 is the number which class? Second class or third class or fourth class? Similarly, 56 in 52 to 61. 45, 42 to 51. So naturally, again we go for toggle switch, changing the clear. Clear or not? And what is the interesting part of this? If you go to the variable view, and you select new, already values are defined. That is, below 32, it is called class number 1. 32 to 41, class number 2, and so on. Clear? So, finally, I need to know the last part of frequency distribution. That is analyze. Next you write the syntax. Analyze. That is the output view. Go to descriptive. Because I need the frequency distribution. Go to analyze, go to descriptive. Then frequencies. Clear? I need the frequency table. And then we select this bin variable for right panel and click OK. This is the frequency distribution. That is 32 to 41. There are total 3 students got the marks in between 32 to 41. Okay. Similarly, 42 to 51, again 3 students. 50 to 61, 3 students. 60 to 71, 2 students. 70 to 81, 2 students. All classes are covered. So that means if we take the width as 5, some classes will be 0. Okay. So I am telling you, since you are doing the sociology subject research, finally I like to take the 5 minutes time. I will show a very, very interesting analysis which is called data mining. Data mining, which is very useful for the qualitative research. So you can write something. you can write something. That for any research, you write for any research, please write. For any research, there are two types of variable. There are two types of variable. One is called summary variable. Summary variable. And another is called grouping variable. Summary variable mainly they are called scale variable. That is a non-categorical variable. Summary variable mainly non-categorical variable. Non-categorical means marks, no category. And grouping variable, they are mainly categorical variable. So there are basically two types of variable, summary and grouping. So what problem you will face for your research? Maximum times you are collecting the demographic variables. So what are the demographic variables? You are collecting gender, you are collecting location, you are collecting income, different levels, you are collecting different qualifications, you are collecting the different cultural differences, so many things. And maximum for the social science research, you can collect the 11 types of demographic variable. You can get so many literatures. Okay. And after going for this demographic profile, what type of analysis you need? So that is called data mining tool. And the name of the tool is called, very, very important, that is called OLAP. OLAP. This is, what is OLAP? OLAP is online analytical processing. What is OLAP? Online analytical processing. Okay. So what is the advantage of OLAP? Now through OLAP, we can compare any level of demographic profile. We can compare any level of demographic. I am showing take 5 minutes time, very interesting, that what is OLAP. And through OLAP, we can create different types of research report. So what is that? We go to analyze. Go to reports. Clear? We go to report. We want to generate reports. And then we go to OLAP cubes. OLAP cubes. OLAP cube. So this is all the multi-dimensional effect. OLAP cubes. We get this. And just to check, when you put OLAP cubes, these are the sum variables. This is summary variable, already I told you. And this is grouping variable. So definitely, from my domain I know which is my summary variable and which is my group. That I know. So from this data set, I know that mathematics, statistics and operation research, these are three subjects, these are summary variable. Am I wrong or right? Summary variable. And also I know gender is a grouping variable. Then we can compare between the levels of the gender, what their performance. And in any organization, starting from academic to any industry, the main thing is the performance appraisal. So for the promotion, you need the performance appraisal. Similarly, for the changing of designation from one level to another level, you need the performance appraisal. Then OLAP will work. OLAP will work. How? Say, simply, I can select gender as a grouping variable and mathematics, statistics and operation research, three subjects as a clear. Then we click OK. we get these results. We get these results. What results we are getting? We are getting, sorry. Yeah. We are getting these results. So for any kind of statistical analysis, first you get the case processing summary, which is very important. And this is mainly maximum, the limitation of qualitative research is that there are so many missing values. Missing values, some values are you are not collecting. Suppose I am giving simple example. Someone can enter into the class without taking our permission. And he or she can ask me, sir, how many soaps are using? Soaps. So I can give the answer, better you write 50 soaps per month. Is it true? No. So that is not applicable for my research. So that's why there are three things. Some that is very much useful for text mining. Some answer I don't know. I will not give the answer. Some is not available in the market. Not available in the market. Is it clear? So these are called missing, and I am not going that part. So I am telling you, so that's why this is very important case processing summary. That is how many cases are present and how many cases are absent. Because any analysis on the basis of your present case, which are present. And this is my Olaf cubes. How many observations? 15 observations. And on the basis of 15 observation, we get the mean, standard deviations, the other statistical measures. Mean and standard deviation. But we want to know, on the basis of this, what are the mean for female students? What are the mean for male students? What is the standard deviation for male students? Is it clear? So that is segregation. So then what I'll do that, we select this output, and after selecting, we click the mouse twice. It takes time. Yeah, click the mouse twice. And when I am clicking the mouse twice, so here total 15 number of students. So there is some switch will come, and if we select this button, so there is a male, female. Clear? So if we select male, so this is the male values. Clear? And if we select female, these are female values. Now you can tell me, sir, you are getting using software, but I need the result. Try to follow me. I need the result in a single sheet, where I get the female results as well as I get the male results, as if I can compare. But here is all time I have to select male or female. Male or female. It's not possible. So how we take this? So we go to analyze, reports, go for case summary. Go for case summary. Case means row wise. Case summary. And we select the variables like mathematics, all are summary variable, statistics, operations research, and grouping variable is gender. Clear? Same thing. And okay. We get this result. Oh. We get this result. Just you think, there are total 8 male, there are total 8 female, and these are the values, but I don't know what is their mean and standard deviation? Because I have not selected. I have not selected. So go to analyze, generate reports, case summary, and select statistics. We select mean and we select standard deviation, and click continue and click OK. Then easily you can compare. Just to think, for mathematics, we get the mean and standard deviation for male. Similarly, for female, easily you can compare who's perform. Oh, there is OLAP, not or case summary. Case summary. Case summary. Easily we can compare. Say any demographic profile we can compare. Analyze, then you go to report, analyze, go to report, go to case summary. Clear? Case summary, then you select, and then you go to statistics. Okay. I hope you understand, this is very important. And finally, I like to say two words. Since you are the social science student, SPSS is not the free software. And nowadays, a software has come mainly used for social science, Jamovi. That is the open source. Easily, and this is, I'm telling you, if you know SPSS, it is very simple. And text mining, qualitative research you can solve. Using Jamovi, it is a completely menu-driven software. It was discovered, it has come in the 2018. It's a very recent software. Okay. And another thing, if you tell me, it is a free, completely free. Completely free. And since today is the SPSS seminar, that's why I have not shown. Because one day you organize some seminar only on Jamovi. And simple. Okay. Another thing, for any kind of software, don't mind, I follow one rule. The rule is P to the power n. This is my rule. P to the power n. P to the power n. So what is the meaning of this? The P for perseverance, P for patience. And if you have patience, you go for practice, all P. And how many times? N times, no limit. If n equal to 10, very good. N equal to 15, very, very good. And if you go per practice a number of times, automatically your perfection will come. That is also P. So that is my only simple formula I am using throughout my life. Is it okay? Thank you to all of you for presence. Okay. Is there any question you can ask? Thank you. My part is over. Actually, there are so many things. Today I will discuss a very, very basic part, but I am telling you the biology part is very important.
স্পিচটা দিয়ে দিতে দে অ্যাকচুয়ালি শঙ্কু স্যার Thank you, sir, for your insightful lecture at the workshop. Your guidance on the basics of SPSS and its various applications was incredibly helpful. We appreciate the depth of information you shared, making complex concepts accessible. Your expertise has greatly enhanced our understanding of statistical knowledge. Your ability to distill complex topics into comprehensible insights has equipped us all with valuable knowledge that we can apply at our work. As we conclude this conference, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for your active participation and engagement. Your enthusiasm and curiosity have truly enriched our discussions and created a vibrant atmosphere for learning. Let's carry the spirit of collaboration and curiosity beyond these walls. Together we can make significant strides in our endeavors. Please everybody stay back. We have a valedictory address within few minutes. A warm welcome to our Group CEO of Techno India Group, Dr. Professor Shanku Bose. So please, I would like to request you to come up and share a few words with us.
Any cordless turning? Hello. Hello. Yeah, am I audible at the back? Yeah, okay. Good afternoon, and I need to be honest with you all, okay? The first thing, I got this notice a couple of days back, but I never put a thought that what I'm supposed to say in front of you. And first thing, I'm not a really qualified person to stand before you because I'm not a social scientist. I'm a computer guy, computer science. And that too, I'm a part of academic, part of administration as well. But I agreed when she shared with me the posters and the agenda for 2 days. I said, wonderful agenda. I said, really, all the speakers are the brilliant speakers. So while I was walking, I was just getting the brief out of her. And I was thinking that, let me start with, rather than giving a lectures or anything. So if 1 or 2 person can volunteer that, what are the key takeaways out of these 2 days that 2 days you have spent here? And if you can, somebody share that, what are the top 3 key takeaways out of these 2 days? Don't be shy because you are all very much mature social scientists. What are the key takeaways out of this 2 days workshop for you? Who wants to volunteer first?
Sir, I think knowledge is endless. Yesterday that we've got to know the kind of knowledge that they shared and the updates that they have done for themselves. The books that they suggested when we asked them, that was something, that's something that was very motivating for us, that at least I, at my age, when I've completed 17 years in teaching, that was very motivating, that how you keep on learning and keep yourself updated. And today it was, honestly speaking, like Priyanka is from my batch, we were not that well-to-do with SPSS and other quantitative methods when we did our masters. So today's knowledge was extremely enthralling in the sense like how can we use qualitative data, quantify the same, and put into model and find out results and analyze. So that was something that was a great takeaway. The last session was extremely good. The way individually, with each, he repeated many a times the things that we did not understand, and the patience with which he taught us the SPSS software was immensely knowledgeable for us, and it was wonderful. And I would really think that we should also look forward to another workshop on Zamovi and other things that he suggested actually. This is really helpful for people like us who mostly concentrated on qualitative aspects before, with change in technology, things have changed. So I think we should look forward to workshops like this more.
So question to you, so you have already done your PhD or you are pursuing?
I am on the verge of submitting my thesis.
You are pursuing PhD, okay. So I'm very surprised that when you did your master's, the SPSS is not there.
No, it
because
wasn't.
When I was doing my master's, definitely much senior to you, I'm a 61 plus. So SPSS was in existence since then.
SPSS was there, but we mostly concentrated on qualitative data and analysis, content analysis and all. We did not quantify much actually.
Because SPSS shell life is more than 3 decades, SPSS and Mathematica.
I know that because
Now SPSS is upgraded with an AI version.
Yeah.
So anyway, who else from this side? Want to hear another view?
Very good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dr. Joita Sen. I am Associate Professor teaching in college under Assam University, Silchar. So actually, while looking at the subject of this workshop, I was keen to participate and I talked to Priyanka that I am interested to participate. Then she told we will not provide accommodation, nothing. I will join because it is very much interesting. Python and SPSS, I have been associated with SPSS since my MPhil days, to 1999 onwards. But my thought was that, I will refresh again and of course new things are coming up because recently I have got guideship under Assam University and I am guiding the students of IGNOU and Kakehandy State Open University. So I thought it is for me, it is better to refresh myself. And yesterday's speakers, Professor Vivek Kumar and Professor Jana, they are famous sociologists and they are just wonderful. Vivek Kumar class we used to, but it seems to me that I was attending that the coursework class of MPhil session. I just remembering that days. It seems to me I am a student of MPhil of social science. And today's it is really insightful. This for this Python, more sessions are required. Only one session is not sufficient for most of us. I heard she was telling that we don't know how to work, but we started to run. That is so if for Python, it's my request to organizer for Python, you'll organize at least one day more workshop, that will be better. And SPSS speaker was very nice and he is a real teacher. From his teaching that I could able to give. Anyhow, today's workshop is very much insightful, very much resourceful for all the participants, I think so, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot to organizer also.
So I want to hear from the young boys or girls.
Sir, I think yesterday we have had a discussion on basic study of the social science, where we have also learned Newtonian physics and the one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. That the basic science of the social science is a part of all the social equilibrium, etc. That is a historical part. And today we learn the mathematical part, where with the MS Excel, along with the statistics, and then the Python, then we come to SPSS analysis and also mention the Janovi. So much so. Thank you, sir.
I want to hear from the younger group, those who are fresh PhD or about to start a PhD. Don't be shy, because tomorrow you will be teacher or you will be researcher.
Sir, I am actually much younger. I'm just in UG2.
Oh,
but
very good.
I came to this workshop because I've always felt that there was this divide between social sciences and the natural sciences, especially when it concerns computer science. So my view was always that we can use things like Python for much more high level of qualitative analysis, which was shown today, especially the data structures portion. We can actually quantify a lot of the interviews that we do and present things in a statistical manner, which makes the studies more robust. So that was something that as a much younger student, since I had computed till class 12, so I was very interested in how that divide between social sciences and natural sciences could be bridged through this workshop.
Brilliant, brilliant answer, brilliant feedback. Who else?
So one of the reasons that you said that we did not have SPSS, I think was because of this divide. We were always that kind of dumped as...
You know that, let me come back to the point. So, I started reading social science for the last 4 years, in 5 years. Almost I'm going to complete 5 years in SNU. I'm back to the academics. I started academics back in 90, then 94 I left academics, moved to corporate. Then when I came back to this job, This job, I wanted to be 100% academician, but something I got stamped that, oh, I'm good at administration, that's why I've got a dual role. I'm also Dean of Engineering Science. But I love social science, and now I feel, I agree with these young girls, that our study, particularly the people like us, those who have done science, natural science, or technology, it's a completely blind study. We studied something, we ignored the society. Whatever we are doing for the society. And they don't teach us. We never studied history properly. We never studied psychology. We never studied sociology. So out of my curiosity, I think that without society, making our graduate or producing the graduate engineer or graduate scientist or graduate medical graduate, so that's a major flaws upon our education. So, and great that learning Python or social science, the SPSS, ma'am, these days, it at your fingertips. You don't have to travel all the way to Agartala for this workshop. There's a Coursera course. Many universities subscribe that. We also subscribed. You just spend 7 days, you will learn everything. So really you don't need. And their Coursera, those Python course, probably the best lecture they have captured. It might be in Harvard or might be in IBM lab or somewhere there. But I believe that what I was anticipating, suppose if I was attending, the key outcome out of this kind of workshop should be, because you are all either doing research or will be doing research or continuing to do research. What I feel when I come back to academics, that these days in academic community, particularly young academic community, I'm comparing it my time, there's lacking the three things. The first thing is students are not curious. Majority, when I said that, not she's exceptional. So first thing, as a teacher, my job not to produce a graduate with a 90% or 95% holder or the topper. But I think the day I will consider myself as a successful teacher, if I can generate a curiosity amongst them. And should be this kind of workshop should generate a curiosity, what you said, that you got to know. So now you got to know, or you feel that you need to learn more or more. She said that she need to feel learned. So that is, I think the purpose of this workshop is whatever the small sample survey I have done. So I feel that the purpose of the workshop is very much successful. And the students, the other two C's are also very important. This kind of workshop should germinate the seed of critical thinking. Because majority of the time, particularly this is one of the key criteria for researcher, have to think critically. And the third C is called curiosity, critical thinking, and third C, which make your thesis or make your research proper, that's called the creativity. Because I write a paper, you write a paper, she writes a paper, somebody's write off, it looks nice. So that comes out of the creativity. Creativity is not just like the painting or decoration or all those things. It's representing your thought, how creative way you can present your thought. I guess this workshop, probably that should be three things, should be your key takeaway, because I'm sure those expert teachers, they articulated so well, that's why they engage this audience. So they must be very creative. And I'm sure the curiosity already generated, because that's why you are asking all this question. And the third thing is all the researcher should be on a critical thinking. And since you all are social scientists, so I want to finish or conclude my discussion with a last pressing question, which is bothering me all the time, because since the Arjikar incident happened, I started my academics with a JNU, so I have a lot of social scientist friends, happens to be, and historian and social scientist, and all of them are really brilliant. And I was, till this morning, I was engaging a discussion. He came all the way from Delhi yesterday to watch this mashal and all. Though I'm not a social scientist, but I love to engage this kind of a discussion. So what do you think that, how do you describe as a social scientist this RG Kar phenomena? I just want to hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. So, my name is Nayonika, and I'm a visiting faculty at the Department of Sociology here at SNU. To respond to your question, if we are to look back at the incident, what happened at RG Kar, first of all, it is something no state, no person, and no woman has to go through ever in her life. That is what we all hope for. But if we are to say that what might have been the cause or what might have been the root cause for such incidents to take place, in spite of women striving for equality for so long, the causes might be very basic. It starts from the family, it starts right from socialization. Students here know the concept of socialization, how from the birth we are taught about gender discrimination, there is inequality. We are a very son-preferring country. I'm very sorry to say that, but we are. And that's the reason the root cause of gender discrimination lies in the heart of the society, as a result of which we feel that women are entitled to serve a patriarchal society. We live in a patriarchal society. So, if you ask me that how I look at the incident, it is...
No, my question was, as a social scientist, suppose you have to write it, I feel that last 45 days struggle can produce at least 3 good PhD theses. If I was a social scientist, if I was allowed to guide a sociology students, at least I can produce a 3 PhD amount of work, started from the incident through this movement till today. There are at least equivalent of a 3 contemporary social science PhD. So I'm talking about that point of view. How do you describe that?
If I were to look at the incident from a theoretical perspective, I think what needs to be understood is the collective agitation that has taken place after a long time, the amount of, the people's power that has culminated after the incident that has taken place is, and it's emasculating at such a huge number that the government is also forced to look at the people's power and analyze it. I mean, that is something the power of the people has generated. We can study it from a theoretical perspective. But as I was saying previously, even we can study it from a power dynamics as to we live in a patriarchal society, so we can study it from that perspective as well. So there is a lot of, if you were to strictly produce PhDs out of this topic, there are various ways to look at it. And of course, again, going back to the socialization process, because without understanding how the continuum of violence happens right from gender discrimination, it is not just that, we react only when a rape happens. We don't consider minuscule problems within the society like inequality at the workplace, sexual harassment at the workplace, or simple catcalling in the streets, or simple social media harassments as well. We don't consider these. So why don't we consider all those small issues? Small in the sense, I'm not trying to make the issue small, but all those small incidents. Why do we have to, take a stand only when rape happens, as if it is the end of the world for the survivor? So in terms of academia, I think we as academics, our primary concern is a moral concern. We are not just academicians, we are also people, we are social scientists who has to have a backbone first and then scholar later, I feel so personally, of course. And therefore, developing a PhD thesis or bringing up somebody into the academia first needs a backbone. And then we have to go ahead and create a theoretical understanding of the entire topic as to how we are looking at it. We are looking at it from an inquisitive perspective, whether we are looking at it from a patriarchal perspective or from another theory. There can be several theories, sir, which can be worked upon, but the culmination, that is the people's power and the amount of, the amount of change that has happened in the last 45 to 50 days is amazing, and it just shows that if people want something, they can definitely get it done in a democracy. I think that's all from my end.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
But my narration or my interpretation on this, I have two-three different interpretation and a different purpose. First, root cause of the interpretation, I think, the study that we do, it is completely blind study, and it's a lack of knowledge or ethical education. I think the sole root cause. If I want to describe the whole 45 days incident, is first thing is an ethical education is lacking. If you look at the rape and all those things, to my narration, it is all diverted the issues. Actually, the done is the murder. Done is the murder. And who has done the murder? Because the girls is hitting his financial corruption. That was the reason. And everybody knew that because it's done by the all intellectual criminal mind, but that criminal mind never studied the society properly, psychology properly. That's why he has spent his brilliant mind in an evil purpose. The whole society is, because he's a sensitive, he knows that if I make these things, the whole society will be sensitive and all those things. And no way the main culprit will be ever convicted due to our judiciary system that he has done the kill. He is not. But he is the masterminded, and he thought that because of his association of all those things it is. So that's why, to me, the social scientist, why I've taken these issues here, I think the society need to, even the whole doctor community, junior doctors and all, they never talked about the society. And for me, is the cause of disturbance, you know that? I'm feeling disturbed every day. How do I face my son? And since I cannot raise a voice because I have a visa limitation, since I'm an American citizen, I'm living here with a visa, I cannot write any articles or anything here. So my son lives in US, so he's asking every day, Dad, how do you digest that kind of sting? Why do you stay there? Why didn't you come back? You all the time, because he and me had all the time fight. No, I wanted to go back to India. I want to spend my retired life there. And he has don't you have a moral? He's asking me a question that's, do I have a moral? So this is the really serious issues. Our part of the world, you know that our society has significant responsibility for the world population. Because we are 1.4 billion out of 8 billion. You guys probably have seen recently, International Labour Organization has a serious concern about Indian education. Because 53% of our graduates are unemployable. And which is a good number if that number starts increasing day by day, because we will be adding another 30 million people in next 30 years. So the world ecosystem will be disturbed. So that's why every time I feel that why the social science should be a part of the mandatory for any professional courses, especially the professional courses who are serving the society. Like you know that without SPSS, all this calculation, there are many tools available for you social scientists, that you can do this calculation like this. You don't have to really generate the model. The model will be generated. There are tools like ChatGPT. There are several tools are available today. So you really do not have to spend time on learning Python, because Python is not your job. Somebody else will do that calculation. And those tools are available readily in the market. Anyway, The bottom line, the core of the heart. So why I accepted this session? So I love social science. Unfortunately, I'm so old that I won't be able to get any degree or any certificate on social science. But I try to write social science article in every week, one at a time. So like this week, I wrote an article that how important the emotional intelligence to be a successful leader. The next week, I'm writing an article. Every week, I write an article in a Millennium Post. The next week, I'm writing an article, sustainable leadership, the profit versus balancing between the profit and purpose. So most of the business people, it goes after profit. And the money, whatever the RG card phenomena has happened, he probably doesn't need that much of a money. What he is going to do? And because of that greed, he got a crime. And that's why the sociology and the subject is really social science and should be. And obviously, the next time, if the nice speakers come, so I would love to attend. I get a time, so that's why I don't. And with that, thank you, thanks. I'm sure that you guys enlightened over last 2 days. Thank you all.
So please stay back for distributing the certificates to our participants. As I call out your names, please come up on the stage and take your certificates. Margaret Singh. Audrita Chatterjee, please be ready. Audrita Chatterjee. Next, Shomili Paul, please be ready. Shomili Paul. Next, Tiyasha Purohit, please be ready. Next, Shreyoshi Rai, please be ready. Onkita Sinha. Orunima Rai. Orunima Rai. Sanjana Barai. Borsha Chattoraj. Debolina Shaha. Professor Anindita Sarkar. Shrija Chakraborty. The ones who have received their certificates, please can go for high tea behind the seminar hall. Acha, please stay back for the group photo. Piali Datta Bonik. Orunima Gupta. Debolina Banerjee, Dibbo Sarkar, Ananya Ghosh, Mangala Prasad Rai, Alok Leena Chakraborty, Roshni Guha, Joita Sen, Shrestha Sinha, Shutapa De, Piyu Haldar, Rajonna De, Miss Nayanika Dotto, Miss Rama Mahato, Ahana Bhattacharya, Sulagna Sinha, Anubha Roy, Iravati Bhattacharya, Tanisha Malakar, Shrishti Shaw, Rahul Som, Rajshri Mondal, Kuhu Datta Sharma, Anika Chaudhary, I Anushri Chakraborty, Mamta Sahu, Srijan H, Disha Tiwari, Ananya Mitro, Priyam Chatterjee, Swastik Dubey. Thank you, sir. Sir, we request you to have a group photo with us. Please, everybody come up to the stage.